Hello and welcome to the Saturday morning art show. I'm David Lovins and that's my real name. Okay, so this is the residue of the chaos from last night. Fun, huh? No problem. Okay, so I'm here to make and demonstrate art. So what do you do in this situation? Well, you just start cleaning it up somehow. Okay. No problem. Okay. Oh, not really a good place for anything. Headphones go over here. All my pages are ready to go on the right. Got my pie tins. See how nice it becomes. This is the yellow one. You know that for sure. Well, guess what? More yellow right now. Lemon yellow. Acrylic paint. So, shake it. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Okay. I got pens and a charcoal pencil. I'm excited to do this show today. Traditionally on Saturdays would be my sculpture class at my grandmother's art school, Hollywood Art Center School, which no longer exists. It ran from 1913 to 1998, something like that. Okay, so I have a wood board. Man, this is really chaotic. Why do I have a wood board? Well, I just do, okay? Okay. And I'm gonna do something with it. Okay. So why in hell would I have a wood board there? It's a good question. Okay. So here's my D&D character sheet. And the first thing I'm gonna do today, just to warm up. Oh, and I got my paint can. Today I'll change the water. I just want to put some yellow there for my fighter. His name is Bjorn. I literally named him after PewDiePie's kid. Okay, so that goes in the drying place. Next, I got the D&D figure, and I'm just letting the brush and the texture of the figure do its thing. No, I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I've been wanting to paint miniatures for years, but I never had the setup. You can't do all this crap inside Starbucks. They'd have a hissy fit. Okay, that looks pretty cool. And she goes right by the dinosaur over there. Here's the other female rogue. I just call them thieves. I don't like the whole rogue thing. I like old school D&D. New D&D, anything past 2nd edition is corporate D&D. That's all it boils down to. The history of TSR, they have some really good videos about the origins of D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and the mismanagement, the epic mismanagement of the company. And then it was eventually sold to Wizards of the Coast, and there were lots of screw-ups there too. Now Hasbro owns the whole bleeping GD thing. It's ridiculous. And you don't even need a module or too many rules to play D&D, and they're all available as PDF files. So spend $50 on a corporate D&D book is just ridiculous. They're just mining you guys for all you're worth. I ain't buying that crap. Okay. There's a great game store in Reno. What's that game store called?
Captain Games?
There's Captain Games. That's for the computer game, the PlayStation games. Yeah. Comic Kingdom.
Okay.
There you go. So there's the dinosaur. Comic Kingdom. I bet if you called them up, they would ship things to you. I bet they would do that. That's where I get my D&D dice. Here's Davok. I'm Davok. Bam! Okay. I used to like Bam Bam. Well, I still like Bam Bam from the Flintstones. So why do I talk about all this random crap? Because it all goes into the artwork. There's a dialogue. You know what I'm trying to find is my bag of dice from my backpack. I found it. I found it. Okay, watch this. This is kind of crap that gets me excited. Okay. It's my treasure. Oh, come on, baby. Why do I need dice when I'm making art? Well, you figure it out. Because it generates random numbers, that's why. Okay. So we'll just put them here. One of my favorite dies is the die of death. For 1, the number 1, it has a skull and crossbones. So this is really good. If you roll 1, you die. Or something bad happens. Death. Alright. So there's that. Now what? Okay. So I just pick up a random page. On the back of this page is some notes from Thursday, October 24th, 2024. And I can't read that because it's personal and private. I can't share everything. That would be honest. You're not supposed to reveal all your cards. Ever. Okay. And you see paint gets on the wood board. Well, maybe you can't see that. Okay, here we go. What you've been waiting for. JW0, my favorite troll on YouTube, David Lovins 2025. So what am I going to do with this? Just put some more paint on. Okay. It's amazing, but that's all I'm going to do right now. And you put it on the drying pile. And you forget about it for a day. See, now this is cool because the paint is really starting to thicken up the page a little. It feels good. Okay, now what do I do with this? That's a good question. So, people say I can't draw, so I don't know what they're talking about. Now on the back, if you put it on a light table, I could do a reverse of this, but I don't know what good that would do. People's faces, you've heard about this. The right side isn't the same as the left side. So doing a reverse drawing isn't going to do much good. Okay, here's Davok the Barbarian comic book cover. I think I'll just add a little paint here to thicken up the page. And I'll move on. Okay. Next, we've got a comic book page here. See, the corners get all fragile. So I just put some paint on it. Let it dry. Here's where I'm drawing the drawings, over there and over there. Got my laptop there, which is a big distraction a lot of times, but I need that thing. Okay, you got to be careful because the paint will make the pages stick together. Okay, so I've got a page I can't show on YouTube. We've been through this before, right? Okay, I have to be careful. I don't want to get my channel banned, and I don't want to get another strike. I have one strike. Okay, so there's completion of that. Space Journey Battles. Again, this is starting to be cool with the paint. Adding some thickness to the paper, some texture. And the paper gets stronger when the paint dries. And when it's all done, I will put tape on it. I actually have an example of that. I found it last night, buried in my backpack. Okay, here comes. Here's the Star Trek comic book cover. Okay. There's that. It's completely covered with the packaging tape. the piece of paper, the paint, all become one. So I've had problems trying to figure out what to do on the back side of the page. So here it's the reverse problem. It would look really cool to do the Star Trek logo in reverse. Be like the mirror mirror universe, huh? I could draw the ship. Should I do that? I don't know. But for right now, what we're gonna do is just put some paint right there because it needs to be done. So you have these holes in the page. What do you do with those? Well, you put paint over them. Who else works like this? I don't know. Okay. I'm an original. But I'm sure there's someone around the world somewhere doing the same exact thing as me. But it's the combination of things that I do that make me unique. I think this is the debut of my tape. People have asked me about the tape on my car. That's one of my primary mediums. I use this stuff. I used to go through 1 or 2 rolls a day. I'm addicted to the sound. You just cut off a piece. And this is where it really thickens up the page. Just put the tape on. And there we go. Ba-ba-ba. So you let that dry. Okay. Well, I got a crazy one coming up next. Well, it's a sketchbook page. Well, I got a couple good ones coming up. This is purely a sketchbook page. Art with my 6 basic shapes that I always do. All I have to do, if I don't feel like drawing, is draw those shapes and it triggers something within me. And it opens up the whole world of art in my head. It's the passkey to my brain. Okay. So, a page like this is really the thing that gets my blood boiling. Okay. This is where it gets exciting for me. Okay, yellow paint. And you just slap that yellow around. I wonder if it was better. There we go, let's try that. Yeah, the wood board, it gives me a little bit of elevation so you can see what I'm doing. And this wood feels good to the touch. That's what she said. I didn't even understand that when I first heard people saying that. And finally it clicked. I was very naive when I was young. And I'm very naive now. I don't know anything. Okay. See, and then what happens is you get paint on the wood and you don't want it to get on the back of your page. Except in this case, here's the beginnings of a comic book page. In this case, maybe you do. But it's always good to check. Okay. So I got into swirly things at some point long ago. This is just a bottom prime level of paint, level 0. And you have to be patient. That's why I work on 50 things at a time. Okay. You have to be very patient. So just to show you another use of the tape, which is my favorite thing. Uh-oh. So where there was paint, I put the tape on the wood board. Why would I do that? Because it's fun. And it's part of the process of my art. Okay. So here's a pig with a sword. Oh, this is from when I was reading Cerebus, which is available online for free as a PDF file on Internet Archive. I've been wanting to read Cerebus #1. That might be fun. Okay. So I'm out of yellow paint in my pie tin. See, I got paint on me. Paint gets everywhere. My phone goes crazy. I have many brothers and sisters and they text me. And I also get spam phone calls these days because I've been trying to get a job working in the warehouses again. But I really don't want to do that. Well, I might have to since I need the money. Unless I get some rich people sending me some cash on through paypal.me/David Lovins. Boy, I worked that one in. Okay. Yeah, if you're rich, send me money to keep this show going. If I work 8 hours a day, there is nothing left for art. So it's basically the kiss of death. And then I'll be unhappy and miserable, but I'll have a paycheck every 2 weeks. That's the trade-off. All things a catch-22. The cat chasing its own tail. Okay, so that dries. Well, that goes into the drying pile. Now this page. Oh my goodness, It's some poetry. There's nothing really bad there. I guess you could pause the video and try and read it. Okay. But it won't do you much good because you didn't see the whole page. Okay. So this page is trucked up. You got a nice coffee spill. Coffee spills on artwork goes back to Paris in the 1800s, and it became part of the art. artists would take their sketchbook to the cafe, do their pen and ink drawings, and they'd have a little brush and they'd actually use copy for tone, and those drawings have survived until this day. Copy is apparently a good thing to paint with, believe it or not, and it will last 100 years if you take care of it. Nothing's cooler than showing somebody a drawing you made with pen and ink and coffee. Okay, I have to preview this page. I have a couple of swear words here. I'll try not to show them. It's a comic book page. So again, we're just priming the pages for later use. It's this kind of commitment to the artwork that most people don't want to do. They just want to draw something and have a masterpiece in 10 minutes. But it doesn't work that way. So the way I'm making this art is, it could be a month or two before I ever get finished with any of these pages. It's just how it goes. So I do these videos in real time, partly because I don't have my big computer anymore. It got lost. Okay. But making art is a very slow process. Just to let you know. If you want to be a real artist, it's not a speed race. It just isn't. Okay. At least how I make art. So I just came across a couple pages I definitely can't show. They're so bad I can't even talk about what's on them. This one has a swear word. I've shown this one a couple of times. It's a comic book page about the train going by. Okay, it goes on the drawing. Goes on the drying pile. Okay, it's all pile, right? Okay. So I decided I really wanted to make art on YouTube, and I wanted to show everything about art that I know over time. So it's partly self-promotion, but part of the deal is I actually have to show some legitimate techniques that will actually help people. I have to provide a service, so I feel good about myself and what I'm doing. It's not all about me, it's about people who watch, and I want to give them the good stuff without holding back. I'm a person who wants to show all his cards, so you can know how I do all this stuff. And I only make art when I'm on camera. When I'm not on camera, I'm playing video games and doing stuff on the web, trying to figure out how to make a buck. Okay, so we'll close with this. Thanks for my Saturday afternoon half hour